Hello again painters and welcome back. It's Debbie from acrylicpouring.com and I'm back for yet another crazy painting experiment today. So in my last two paintings, the first one I did was some apple barrel paints and I used a new pouring medium and some alcohol. Got great cells without any silicone or torching. So I thought, okay, this is really clever. I'm going to try this again. Last one I did, Artist Loft, same thing. Same pouring medium, same alcohol, and completely different results. Absolutely bizarre results. Things like I've never seen before. Gorgeous, but just not what I was looking for. If you've missed those videos, I'm going to put up a couple of pictures now so you can see those two previous examples I was talking about. First comes number one, the coffee coloured one, and then number two, the strange one with the Artist Loft paints. And so what I thought I would do today was try something different again. This time I've got Liquitex Basics paints. Now I'm thinking that these are probably pretty much the same as Artist Loft. Hell, who knows, they might even be made by the same people. They might be exactly the same paints and just in different tubes. Because, you know, when you buy cornflakes, they're all the same, right? Depending, never mind who branded them. So I'm thinking maybe these are the same. So last time, because the tube paints were thicker than the craft paints, I had to add a lot more alcohol. So this time what I've done is I've taken the paint, then I've added around 25 to 30% of this acrylic gloss pouring medium. Then I added 1 pipette, so that is about, say, 2.5 milliliters of alcohol. This is the 99%. I put 2.5 milliliters of alcohol in each of my paints, and then they were all still a little bit thick. So instead this time of thinning them with more alcohol, I left the alcohol as it was and I switched to water, because I'm thinking maybe it was the alcohol that caused the paint to break up like it did in the last one. So these are the colours that I'm using today. I think these look kind of pretty. And let's clear myself a little bit of space. I've got the paints all ready to go, and exactly the same. I thought we'd just do a flip cut because we don't want to do anything different. We want to see if we can use different paints but get the same results. So I haven't got a cup, let me go get one. So I haven't got a whole load of paint this time either. We'll try and spread it around a lot. Like I did on the first one, the coffee coloured one, I didn't have a whole load, so I kind of spread it around. So we'll see what happens with this. I'm going to put about half of the paint in first time, and then empty the cups in for the other half this time. So it will be interesting to see what happens. I'm also interested in paint brands and things like that. You know what I was saying, that a lot of the paint comes in similar packaging, but it's all the same colours. Even the colours are described the same way, which, okay, I can understand, because a set, red is red, no matter what brand you buy, red paint is red paint. So I can understand that to some extent. But I do wonder whether it is a bit like breakfast cereals, that one manufacturer makes them all and then, everyone basically uses their own packaging, their own brand. And whether when we buy cheap paints and when we buy expensive paints, we're actually buying the same paint, but just differently branded in different packaging. But who knows? We just don't know, do we? So I can't say about that, but I do wonder about it, because the paints are often extremely similar. If you put two together, you put two side by side out of two different branded tubes, you probably wouldn't be able to tell whether there was any difference in them. So I'm not sure today whether using a Liquitex Basics compared to an Artist Loft is going to give me a same result with Artist Loft, or whether it will give me something different. So that's another interesting experiment to see really whether the two paints are going to work the same way, because the Liquitex Basics is more expensive than the Artist Loft. So we will see. So this is the more expensive paint. This is the Liquitex Basics today. And I've got everything in there, and again, there's not a whole bunch, but there's just the paint, this Sargent Art acrylic gloss pouring medium, a little bit of alcohol, and then thinned as necessary with water. So because I haven't got a lot of paint, I'm just going to let it sit for a while and drain everything down so we can get the most out of this cup, and I'll see you back here ready for the big reveal in a moment. Okay, so I'm ready to flip. What I can say is that I can see the paint through the side of the cup here, and I don't see any cells developing. So it could be that the difference is the paint and not the pouring medium that you use. But let's lift it up and give it a go. So I'm going to scrape out, get everything into my corners so nothing goes to waste. Yeah, I think we can pretty much say there's no cells going on there at all. So again, another interesting experiment, because it's looking more and more as if it was actually the paint I used in that first try with this pouring medium that made the cells and not the paint itself. And strangely, it was the cheapest paint that gave the best results. So let me zoom out a little bit, give myself some room to move this paint around, and we'll see what happens. It's certainly very nice. Now the colours are good. It's moving beautifully on the canvas, and it does look really nice. I think I'm going to get a beautiful painting from it, but of course it's not going to be the kind of silicone-free cells that we might be looking for. So the more I paint, I think I find this subject more and more fascinating, just because, you know, you think you've got it down, you think you know how it works, and then, you know, you change something and get completely different results or completely unexpected results. A bit like what I changed here. You know, I changed everything. I changed the pouring medium, I changed the paints, I used alcohol instead of silicone and got fabulous results, and then I had to work out you know, what element was it that had given me those great results. And at the moment it's looking as though it was actually the paint, which is very interesting. So I'm going to just encourage this up to the edge. It does look nice. I really love these colours. I think I've picked well with the colours. And I've got the design going over the sides. That looks good. I think if I'm careful with it, I should have enough to cover the canvas. I've got a bubble there. Is that a bubble? Oh, some kind of thick thing. Down to my last corner. Still no cells, so I think that's pretty much not happening. Oh, I think I could just do with a little bit more coming over the edge on this side, just to make a nice design there. That's it. Okay, so let's take a look. So there we go. I think we can pretty much say Liquitex Basics, along with that Sargent Art Gloss and the alcohol, doesn't produce cells. However, it has produced a really nice painting. I actually really like it. It's got some of these strange feathery bits here again. You see just here? Causing a little bit of a shadow. You see here what's happening to the paint, and some of the other areas up here. See where it kind of looks like it's breaking up a little bit, or feathering together. I still don't know what causes that. Is it because it's too thin still? Or I'm still not making my paints quite thick enough? I'm not sure. I'm not getting it certainly in other colours. This central area through the middle, I really like that. Definitely, really, really nice. Looks just like water on a sandbar. Okay, and it goes a really pretty little bit down there. I think that's my favourite part of the whole painting, just there. But the overall look is really nice. The colours are good, but obviously still not what we were looking for in terms of making cells without the silicone and the torching. So I'm going to set this to one side. Maybe something will change over time. And of course, if you hang on just a second, I'm going to dry it, varnish it, and show you what it looks like when it's finished. So it is all dried and finished now. It's got a very, very nice, high quality, glossy and very smooth surface to it, but I'm not liking it. It certainly wasn't a successful experiment. I didn't get the cells that I was looking for, and I don't think my colours are very good in this one. So this one is going back on the must re-pour pile, but do check back tomorrow because I'm doing some more experiments and we'll see if I can crack this. Thank you very much for watching.